just keep an eye out for the next one. We're going to be pumping them out pretty quick. I apologize again for the long delays. You know, I'm not a big YouTuber, but, you know, I'm trying to get there, but I've got a lot of other things going on in my life that are important and will help the success of the channel. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Part 2 of the tune-up slash header install. This is way more focused on installing the new Skunk 2 Alpha header and getting the computer reflashed with the Honda. We got to turn off the one of the O2 sensors to bypass it, things like that. So we're gonna get right into it, no messing around. So I went ahead and grabbed the header and was trying to get it up in there, and I'll show you that right now. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna show you right now is I've already got the header under the car, dragged it up under there. I was laying down, and then you have to move it around. It does fit pretty well, actually. It wasn't too difficult, but you definitely got to find the sweet spot, and when you find it, she's gonna go right up in there. So I'll try and show you so you can see it right there. I mounted it up. I've got a couple bolts in, just holding it in right now. So basically I had a brand new Honda OEM gasket here that I purchased, and I'll give you that part number right there, 18155-PNB-003. That is a stock Honda K-Series, the metal gasket, that exhaust manifold gasket that you're gonna need to go back in there. I did not want to use the original one. That thing actually looked pretty decent, but just wasn't in the greatest shape. I mean, it could have worked, but I said nah. So as you can see here, now they have my light on it. She's looking nice. Just got to get her bolted in, tightened up. After we do that, all I got to do is I got my O2 sensor here. My O2 sensor is working. It's always been working. It's a little corroded, as you can see, and just old, but went to AutoZone to look for a new one. I figured I'd just buy a new one and throw it in there. $200. Not doing that. I can change that out later real quick, no big deal. Look online for way cheaper. That's insane. $200 for an O2 sensor, not doing that. So basically what we're gonna do is, when you're in the car, you have upstream and downstream, and the upstream, you extend that with another O2 sensor wire kit, which my buddy gave me when I bought this header from it. So you can put it in the second bank where the two header pieces come down and meet at the collector. So you want your sensor there so you're reading all 4 pipes instead of just 2 of them. I've read online it doesn't really matter. You're not gonna get that big of a difference, but if you want the best read possible, you want it on that back one, then you just plug up the other one, which I had a you know, O2 sensor bung plug. Plugged that. You're gonna turn that one off, which is the actual second downstream sensor that you're turning off, because that's just a different one that reads other crap. So, and you have to have Flash Pro to do that. If not, you have to use a setup like this, where you get a defouler, and you got to put this in to fake out the second sensor. That's what you're doing. You're faking it out that it's there, because if this one goes in the cat. This is the one that goes in the cat. So you have to put this in there to defoul it, to make it think that it's in a cat, if you do not have Flash Pro. Well, I do. So I'm gonna turn this sensor off. I will only have one O2 sensor, which is the primary, the upstream one, and that's gonna be it. So we're gonna go ahead and get back under the car. We'll be up top too. We're gonna get all these bolts tightened in, and then we'll get the, we have this piece to put on too. This is the collector, basically from the, you have this part goes on the header, then this triangle flange meets your exhaust, whatever you have. This is better because this is for the aftermarket setup, which I have, and it's a 2 3/4 inch, so much better setup to have that way. So got to put all that stuff on and bolt her in, and we should be good. I got a brand new gasket for this part. I already have the donut on the header for that, which I believe might be a similar donut that's on your stock exhaust manifold, where the cat and the manifold meet. Not 100%, so other than that, let's get to it. right, guys, so we got the header mounted, bolted in. I had an issue with one of my studs that I can show you right here. So basically, one of the studs came out. The bolt, or the nut, was still attached to it when I took it off the stock manifold. So it was kind of chingered up. So I said, F it, we're gonna get a new one. So I rolled over to my muffler shop real quick and grabbed a better one, actually, that has the star bit end, so you can actually crank it into the block with a star bit, which is nice, instead of doing the double back bolt setup and put that in. So screw, whatever, all that crap, put that on. Header's on now, and all we got to do is put our flange on here. I just realized that there's these spring bolts that go here and here, and I have multiples of these, but I don't have another nut, because this is on your stock manifold. This screws on directly into a threaded piece that's on the stock manifold. So you got to get a nut to go on there. So I need to go buy one more of these. So gonna go do that real quick. Then we can get the flange on. Got all the new gaskets, the donut gasket. Then we can screw in our O2 sensor. So the setup I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna go ahead and just put my primary into the first bung. I heard it's fine, no big deal, but it will only be reading off of 2 cylinders, which is kind of shitty. But I don't wanna take apart my car to get the old O2 sensor on the secondary out, because it's still under there hanging and it goes up in through your floorboard. And I don't really wanna go deal with taking all that out. So I'm just gonna plug that back into the second port, leave it there, turn it off on Flash Pro, and then plug my primary into the front one, and just roll with that and see how that does. I think it'll be just fine. If I can figure out a way to do it easily, I might switch it and use the extension piece that I have, put that in the back. But yeah, so let's run and get that nut real quick, and then we'll be back and tighten everything up and get her locked in. All right, guys, not quite sure what my face looks like, but there might be dirt on it, but whatever. Header's in, everything's in, O2 sensors are done. Let's go check it out. So, come down here into my little area. All right, as you can see, right here, flange, I got the spring bolts, all new nuts, and all new hardware where it meets the catback. So all new nuts and bolts there. There's 3, 1, 2, 3. Then there's 2 spring bolts, 1, 2. There is my primary O2 sensor. I have ran that along and zip tied it up. I have my extender piece that goes all the way to the main plug, and I have plugged off the front O2 port, and I have that O2 sensor right up there, which we are going to turn off on our Flash Pro. And there she is, Skunk 2 Alpha header install, guys, on the FA5. That's what it looks like going up. That's what it looks like heading to the back of the car. And the reason why you want your primary, as you can see, that's where all the exhaust gas reaches the same point. If you're here on this bung, well, you're only reading off the left 2 cylinders. Be driver's side 2 cylinders. So, well, something like that. I don't know. It's 2 of the cylinders. Here's 2 of the cylinders. You're not going to get it. It's going to read, but it's only reading these 2. You want it to read all of it collectively. So that's why you do that. Make an extender piece for your O2 wiring. You're good to go. So let's get Flash Pro taken care of, and then we're going to reflash it. My battery is also dead, so that's fun. So we're going to take care of that, and we'll get back in the car and we'll do the reflash and see if she fires up. No check engine lights. All right, guys, so we're back in the car. We got the battery charged up, and we got Flash Pro all hooked up right now, reloading the new tune with, we did the Skunk 2 cold air intake, header, and exhaust. I don't have all those 3 things, but I have everything that's close enough. We adjusted all of our stuff. Right now, as you can see, the RPM, once it gets all the way to the top, will be fully loaded. We got her on the computer right here. Almost done, as you can see that right there. Here we go, it's flashing at us. And this will be first startup with the new tune. There we go, Flash Pro upload successful, or succeeded. That's an interesting term. But, all right, where's my mouse? There we go. Okay. I think we can unplug it. It's not doing program anymore. All right, let's set this over here. And we're gonna see what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug the Flash Pro. We'll turn the car off. All right, so this will be first start on the new tune. And with the header, we did header install, spark plug change, oil change. We haven't cleaned the air filter and stuff like that, but I'll do that a different day. So I'm gonna go pop the hood before I do it so I can go out and check to see if there's any issues before I start it. Should be fine in reality. Should be good to go. You can actually see a glimpse in the header right there. It looks pretty sweet. Right through there. See it? There she is right there. All right, let's go give her a start up. Let's see what we got. This will be sounding a little different too. I'm kind of excited. Ooh, baby. She sounds mean. All that excess grease and stuff burning off. It's actually pretty quiet, surprisingly. Go set the phone in the back so you guys can hear it. We are back in business, boys. Let's go. She sounds healthy. Next thing to do is we're gonna get the full tune. It's gonna be an e-tune though from Turbo Joe. So he's gonna come, I'm gonna do some data logs on it out on the streets of Mexico, send that to him, and then we'll get that sent back to us and we'll load it back up on the car and we should be good to go. This thing's gonna be running cherry. She is so dirty right now. I might just do an engine detail video just to show you guys my process of how I keep my engine bay clean, but you can see it is filthy. So she is absolutely disgusting, but it sounds amazing. It sounds very good. So all right guys, this is a big gap between what you just saw and now in the video in time. Obviously I haven't put a video out in a while, so anyways, finish this video off. Basically I'm not doing what I originally said in the video. We got the header on, all that stuff. I loaded up the base map tune for intake header exhaust. I ran it like that until this point, and it is now February. The video I think I did in October. I don't even remember when it was. Been super busy with the home remodel and the new shop and everything, as you saw in the one video where we're putting up a new shop at the house. Basically just been super busy with that. So anyways, I have to get my car smogged because we're in California. So I basically just said, screw getting an actual tune by Turbo Joe, who tuned the hatch, that I would just run it with the base map. It's been absolutely fine. Everything's been perfect. So, but I have to pull the header off again to put the stock header and the cap back on so I can get smogged and pass, and then I will change it back out again. yeah, it's a lot of work, but to have fun is what you do out here in California. So that's what we're doing. When I put the header back on after I get smogged in a couple weeks, I will do a video, and we're gonna go down to Turbo Joe and get actually tuned, and then we won't have to touch it for 2 years. So that's that. So that's gonna end this video, and just keep an eye out for the next one. We're gonna be pumping them out pretty quick. I apologize again for the long delays. You know, I'm not a big YouTuber, but you know, I'm trying to get there, but I've got a lot of other things going on in my life that are important and will help the success of the channel. So I had to kind of just chill on it for a minute and do that. Everybody understands, you know, they've all been through stuff. So appreciate everybody following, everybody you know, subscribing and liking the videos, and more is to come, and they will be good, I promise. We're gonna be going racing a lot more. We just had to get all this stuff dialed away. So all right guys, until next one, peace.